You're going into a chosen field and is looking to find someone that has gone before you and gained success in that same field. Well, you're in luck because this video is for you. Welcome back to your #1 channel for realistic tips, secrets, and mind-opening life hacks. My name is Ella, and if this is your first time on this channel, then I urge you to click the subscribe button below and hit that notification bell so whenever I post a video, you will get notified. It is not a hidden secret that when you're looking to excel in a particular field, be it your career, entrepreneurship, marriage, or any field at all of life, it is always advisable that you learn from somebody that has gone that path and succeeded in it. That way, you tend to make lesser mistakes and you achieve your goals faster. Now, choosing a mentor is not necessarily a difficult task, but at the same time, it is not something you just jump into without really giving it a clear thought. So today, I'm going to be sharing with you 4 tips that would help you to pick the right mentor for you. The #1 on our list today is, what field are you going into and does the person fit? You need to identify what field you're going into. That way you would figure out if the person you have in your mind, does he fit into that criteria? One thing I find common with a lot of people is they always say, oh, I have a mentor. My pastor is my mentor. My uncle is my mentor. They definitely do have one successful person that is their mentor. So when you say your pastor is your mentor, I obviously just want to think in my head that, okay, he's your spiritual mentor. But you see them go to their pastor, even though the pastor, it doesn't have any track record of doing a business or succeeding in a particular career. And then you see them go to their pastor and say, oh, I'm looking to go into this business. That way you're trying to get an information from somebody that is not there. And obviously human beings will definitely give you an information. So you're just going to get an information that is not the right one for the question that you're asking. Because your pastor probably may be like, for your own good, oh, I don't think this is advisable for you, or the risk is a bit too much, or for an example, maybe there's so many restaurants, why don't you think of going into something else, or why don't you think of doing this? Now he's saying that out of his own point of view, and out of the fact that that is the much that he knows. He's not in that field. Unlike if you go to somebody that is into entrepreneurship and says, oh, I'm looking at opening a restaurant. He may help you to narrow down your risk. These are the things that you will stand to lose. These are the risks. These are the benefits. And because he's in the entrepreneurship world, he already understands the fact that risk is inevitable. So that way he will help you calculate your risk and your benefits and help you take a calculated action. So it's always advisable that you identify the field you're going into and be very specific about it. Then figure out if the person fits into that field. The second one on the list is narrow down your niche to the barest minimum. You need to narrow down your niche to like the barest minimal. It's not, I want to be successful in my career. What career? What career are you going into? What career do you want to be successful in? Has that person worked that field? Let me take entrepreneurship as an example again. I want to start a restaurant business and I have a mentor. Yes, my mentor is an entrepreneur, but then he's into electronics. that your mentor would definitely have information to give you, like what an entrepreneur's life looks like, but there are some core information that you would just be missing out in. It's always very much fantastic if you have a mentor that has worked the same exact field that you're trying to work. It's even better if you don't have that person in real life to check out ebooks and books and audios from a person that has worked the same exact field that you're trying to go into, than to have a real life mentor that you see often but he's in a different field, because you'll be missing out in a lot of insider informations. Find your mentor. He's into electronics. He may be able to tell you a little bit of what an entrepreneur's life will be like, but there are some key things that if you found a mentor that owns a restaurant and has been successful in that restaurant, will tell you that he will not be able to tell you. Like, for an example, he may be like, okay, at this season you tend to stock this kind of food more, or at this season you tend to do this more, or why don't you hire male waiters instead of female waiters, or just get a good chef. This is where you can get a good chef from. Don't leave your recipe with your chef, or don't make your recipes available to kitchen assistants or chefs. Like, those are key insider details that you may actually go years and years figuring out how to deal with that particular problem. So if you have a mentor that has worked the same exact field as you are trying to get into, it's always easier for you. Let me take your career as an example. You want to succeed in your career. What career? Which career do you want to be successful in? You want to succeed in the banking industry, for an example, and your mentor is a successful engineer, but you're looking to build your career in the banking industry. You need to look out for somebody that is in that industry to give you a heads-on and insider information on how to succeed in that industry, because your mentor, even though successful, is successful in his own field, and that is not the field you're looking at being successful in. So you need to find a mentor that is as close to your niche as possible. That way you stay ahead of a lot of people, you stay on top of your game, and you have a lot of insider information, so you make lesser mistake and you kill your goals faster. Yes, and that reminds me, next week video we're going to be talking about office politics and how to use it for your own good. So after that, the third one that we need to consider is the person's personality. Is he a good listener? How is his communication skills? Those things are very necessary. Is he one-way minded? Does he take your ideas? Does he listen to your ideas? Or he just wipes it by the side like, oh, he's supposed to know better than you? Is he someone that wants you to just do exactly what he's saying and not have any touch of your own personality to it? Like, those things are necessary, because it's not everybody that has an information that knows how to teach it. That's why they have people that are called into teaching or something. So it's not everybody that can teach. It's not everybody that can mentor someone. So you need to check the person's personality. That's why it's not always good to jump into having a mentor-mentee relationship immediately. You get to know the person so you can decide if he or she has the capacity to mentor you. So you don't get yourself in the middle of something that you would not have envisaged for. So the person's personality is very, very crucial for you to know. Once you've figured out all of that, approach a mentor relationship as if it's a business friendship. That's the fourth one. Be casual, be friendly, and try not to ask weird-ass questions like, will you be my mentor? Don't do that. And I always advise people to start off with the network around us, because so many a times we already have mentors dropping advice here and there. We just need to put a little bit more effort to grow that connection into a beautiful mentor-mentee relationship. So subscribe to this channel if you found this video informative, educative, or if you just think I am pretty. Thank you for watching, and see you next week on Office Politics.